Hi all, how are you going? Miss me? Welcome with me, REDSKI, on another round of Righteous Rings, where I give raw, righteous readings to you guys, my beautiful avid viewers. I know I've been away for a very, very long time. My brief period of Four of Swords sort of ended up going into an innings of 2 years. I've been pretty non-existent since the end of 2023. I took all of 2024 off, and as we've goodbye. Quickly got into 2025. We're now in May, nearing the end of it. And I'm only about to do my first reading now for the year. What are we going to do? I wanted to come back because I've been circling around YouTube. I fell down some rabbit holes and things lately. I'm not going to get into that, but I've been doing a lot of work in the true crime. Going back to my original roots of criminology. That's what I majored when I came out of high school initially. And then, of course, I had children. Yes, and things change, and I've sort of gone back full circle, and I've been doing some true crime work here in my neck of the woods, but for cases abroad, and I've been working with alongside a beautiful clairvoyant, lovely psychic in the UK of all places. She has a channel here on YouTube. You should really check her out. I'll leave a link in the description box down below if you'd like to check out her channel and go and subscribe and show her some love. She's got some amazing talent. She is really gifted and she's the real deal, as far as I can see. Now, I've come back because as I've been floating around doing my true crime little bit of a spiel, I've noticed, it's been a couple of years I've been gone and no one has taken up my spread that I've done. It's still non-existent and it really upsets me. So I've come back to do a reading for the addiction and recovery spread, which is what I made, developed, tried and tested it for the whole time my channel went and even longer. It's still being, revised and, rejuged constantly. Every time I use it, it is going under a mastering of additions. And we've had several types of them now. But I'm going to do a more simplified version for you today. I do want to still keep the addiction on one side and the recovery on the other, because I feel like these two issues, even though they work simultaneously sometimes, are two different mind frames and two different perspectives. One is very trying to, one is very determined to have. And I'd like to think that we can do both, but that we need a little more. Now, I want everyone here, whether you're in the addiction or in the recovery stage, to remember this mantra I give to you today. Passion creates. Addiction consumes. Now, think about everything and every aspect in your life. What is passionate in your life? What are you passionate about? Passion creates. Think about the moments where you had pure passion or love, devotion, Think of those lovely moments in life, and they're when you're truly aligned. They're where you're truly in the joy of it. It's true. It's the truth. Addiction consumes, so anything that we have to vest a lot into, it just ultimately consumes it. It annihilates it. It destroys it. It burns it out. And then think about all those moments that are artificial or manufactured, because that's basically like the drug itself, you're manufacturing memories. And how many of them have been consumed? Passion creates, addiction consumes. Let's do addiction now. Addiction spread. Now this is going to be for the year 2025. I want to round it out from May now to the end of December. Remember, time is fluent, so this will go from the time you read this moving forward to the end of this year. Thank you so much, everyone, for all their support and still being a subscriber to my channel if you are. Special thanks to also well-noted, memorable individuals who have, in one way or another, been with me since the beginning. Without these people, I wouldn't be here today. My channel wouldn't have got as far as it did, and I can't thank these people enough. I love you so. Ladies and gentlemen, we lost a little bit of time there, about a day in general, but I am going to do the recovery and addiction spread for you now. We are starting with the addiction from May now, from the time you see this, till the end of 2025. I want to just reiterate what I was saying before in the last clip. That will be, of course, before this one. Thank you everyone to your support and everything throughout all this time. You've been with me since the beginning, or in the last few years before I took my leave of absence. You would know why. A bit of my backstory. If you want to know, you can always go back through my videos to about May of 2023, and it all went to shit. But a lot of people may not know this, but I've known many people with addictions, even suffered with them myself throughout my youth and my teenage years. This spread I developed through pain and sufferance that I suffered not only through my own choices, but the choices of people around me who I dearly loved, and I didn't understand why this consumed all. Now, with addictions, this covers any and all. That can be everything from your drugs, your alcohol, smoking cigarettes, eating too much, eating not enough, bulimia, anorexia. This can also be things such as cutting and other habits and addictions as them as well. So, if it's something that you do repetitively to give yourself relief that does not come, if this is a habit that is becoming an addiction because it is consuming your time, consuming your money, consuming your health, consuming your time, consuming you, then you're at the right place. No matter what that addiction is, whether it's ice cream at midnight or whether it's sex on Hindley Street, it is whatever that is for you. Now, like I said, this side of the coin is for active addiction. So if you're actively using any and all of the addictions we've just talked about, this is the spread for you. If you're actively trying to stop your addiction, you're in the recovery spread, which is number B. If you're in between the two worlds, I suggest you read both. I always applaud everyone to read both. Remember though, guys who are in recovery, excuse me, in the reverse, watching the addiction spread, please be wary of triggers. I don't want anyone going backwards on their quest. This is all about self-growth and moving forward. We've put no blame, no shame here. We take knowledge and truth, and we use that for positive results in life, in action. Okay? Remember that. Keep that in mind. Do not be triggered. Do not get yourself worked up. You're doing great, and remember to appreciate yourself for everything you do and have, even if it's not much, because life's tough, and we all got to be kind to each other and ourselves. Now let's get into this addiction spread. Tried and tested. REDSKI made it. She has developed it. She has always had it, and she will come back for it. And that's how much it means to me. Addictions, please. Those in active addiction from May of 2025 through to December 2025 for the year. So now moving forward for addictions. Those in active addiction. Alright, that wanted to come out. We are continuing. So first we'll go for the You Current card. The You Current. Two wanted to come out in that, so I'm going to take the two. Let's make this a little bit nicer. It's a bit confusing. How you feel, your emotions through this time in active addiction. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts? Well, we had that come through quite thick and fast. What's your greatest fear or trigger during this time that you need to work on or look out for? What's your greatest trigger or fear during this time? Your biggest positive or achievement during this time for addiction? Your biggest achievement or positive go. Also now, advice and guidance to beat the addiction. What do we need to know about beating this addiction? Next, moving forward, what we need to know, perhaps what is unknown, the truth underlying it all. Moving forward, advice. And finally, what will the outcome be once we move out of December for the addiction? Let's go to the outcome. Alright, so we've got a lot going on here, a lot of extra cards. I'm going to do a bit of extra tidbits at the end, so make sure you stay there. So I want to start with the jumper that came out initially, because I feel like this is the overall general vibe of the reading, but we have not looked at the cards yet. They are all face down. So we're going to look at them all together. So that jumper that came out, I did get a look at it. A quick glimpse, and I know it was the Ten of Cups reversed. This jumper to me is an overall vibe of what you're facing this innings. We want the happiness. The Ten of Cups is that of complete fulfillment. It is that of all 10 cups. It is the 10. It is the final chapter of the cup. It is the complete investment of emotion. Getting that reciprocated back. Feeling like you found your place. Your emotions are loved up. When it's reversed, there's a sense of having all these things, but not reaping the enjoyment and or feeling that you actually belong there. It's like you're watching it from afar. It's like I've got it all, but I'm not feeling like I'm fulfilled. I'm not feeling emotionally fulfilled. Even though I've got the kids, the house, the wife, the life, and the big bonus, it's still not bringing that fulfillment that you desire. The current energy for here and now, for those in addiction, we had two. I took them both. We initially had the Moon reversed, but that was followed by with the Three of Wands reversed. So the current energy is that of knowing what the deception, the deceit is, knowing what that looks like, feels like, smells like, and knowing that you don't want it, but still being lost in the woods. But we are coming to a realization here in our passions, in our love, in our feels, in some ways, in our fire, in our action, that something isn't coming in the way we wanted it to. It is just, the ship is sunk. The Three of Wands reverse is in its upright Alexander, looking at the world created and the world envisioned. Making that comparison whether they are one and the same. When it's reversed, it's realizing that it's not. What you wanted to create and what you're living is not one and the same. This is that Ten of Cups reversed. You've got it all, but it's not bringing it in for you. All the money in the world does not bring happiness is the saying that would reciprocate this expression. But there is a sense of knowing what that darkness, that deceit. Pisces major arcana with the Moon reverse. So your current energy is very determined. You know what you don't want, but you know that this is also not it. So you're stuck with the dilemma of what do I go from there then? If your addiction is swearing, I do apologise, because I do tend to flux in a few flurries of vicious candour. How you feel. So let's look at your emotions through this addictive time. Oof, your emotions are an emotional card in a way, because it's your action. Your Eight of Wands reversed. This is you actively blocking any communication, any arrows of love and attention, affection. You're putting into vicious force. I don't want anything coming my way. No arrows my way. No wands. Whatever you're throwing or sending, I will send it straight back. It is return to sender. Calls go to voicemail. No, speak to me on phone. You know, like it's revert and redirect. What you're thinking, what your thoughts are throughout this addictive stage is the Seven of Swords, or you're thinking the thought card of theft and trickery. Your thoughts are very much around deceit. Someone getting away with 5 swords, they've left 2 behind. There is a sense of getting away with it here. There's a sense of thievery. There is a sense of intellectual blackmail, perhaps. Being told something, being sold something. Getting invested into something that you would never have if you knew of. Your thoughts are running rampant in this stage. What your greatest fears or triggers are, this is a big one, that you need to look out for during this May to December, is that Seven of Pentacles. Your trigger or your fear is that money, is the realization of how much money has been bled, lost, or just not accumulated due to this addiction. The money is where it's at, and that's the biggest hurter for all of us. When you're looking at the books, looking at the expenditure, looking at the income, there is a massive shortfall here, and it is huge. It's a gaping hole. Your biggest positive achievement or biggest positivity during this period that you really need to hold on to is the Three of Swords reverse. So this is heartbreak, not just happened, but not yet healed. Your biggest positive or achievement is the fact that you're making steps of healing. Not yet happened, but it's starting to form. You're getting a crust around the wound. The wounded heart that bled is no longer bleeding. It's just wounded now. There are some signs of healing here. And I think to hold on to not wanting to go back and continuing this addiction, sometimes we need to hold on to the most painful things that we have, as hard as that can be. Your advice or guidance for May to December to beat this addiction is the Five of Pentacles. Remember how cold it is outside. This is the card of desolation. It is the card of loss. It is the Five of Pentacles being pushed out in the cold, losing your housing, losing your warm bed, being desolate, being isolated, being alone and nowhere to live, being hungry, being cold, having no money, no bread to butter. This is a real hard card of what happens when you make a choice. There are repercussions. That is the repercussion. You lose it all. You do lose it all. Moving forward is the next card. So what we need to know, this could be perhaps hidden knowledge or some sort of truth hiding underneath the surface, and it is the Three of Cups. We need to remember moving forward that we need to bring in forgiveness. Real forgiveness. Not just say the words, but really come into a celebration, come into a merriment, come into alignment with others that we may not have agreed with before. And really bring in a factual agreement that we are letting this go. We're not going to bring it up another day, another dollar. This is done. This is finished. This is over. We are planting a new seed, and we are coming into an alignment, into an agreement, into a celebratory fact of celebration of that fact. We are celebrating the harvest, celebrating the new. The outcome, guys, for the addiction, May to December 2025. Thank you, everyone, so much. Remember, you are your biggest power asset. You can do anything. You just got to will it, want it, and you're on your way. The outcome, from a viewpoint of further in the future, we're looking outside of December, a beautiful Four of Wands. This is the 1111 card, and I do love it. This is finding your true happiness and where you align, inside and outside. This is pure joy, pure happiness through commitment, through ceremony, but through an alignment of trust in self and trust in life. That no matter what is thrown at your way, you will find your forever, your place, your people, your zing, your zang. You just got to trust in time, in the process. There's a big process here. The underlying energy at the bottom of the deck, I did want to make a quick note of this because it's Aries Major Arcana. It is the Emperor reverse. Don't be arrogant. Don't think you're above it all. And definitely do not dictate to others in that direction. The Emperor reversed is that of a person that tries to take on many roles but is too weak to factor someone that wants to be a leader but honestly doesn't have the qualities or the stamina. This is a person that is very arrogant, very sees things their own way, very shut off, very misdirected, and someone that is not come across well with the crowd or the public. This is someone that would make bad person in office, for example. Talk is cheap. Really stand by your word, and don't try to meddle in business that may not be your own. Don't start fires. I want to pull one more card to end this reading today, and I do want to thank everyone so much for joining me. As I said, this has been a first reading I've done in a very, very long time. It's great to, in some capacity, be back, and I'm so thankful that it's for this particular reading, as it is something that I developed due to many struggles. So I want to give you a card from the, a message from the Spirit Guides, beautiful Spirit Guide cards for May to December 2025. For those in active addiction, what Spirit Guide can guide and help you throughout this time? Message for those in addiction from May to December 2025. Beautiful Spirit cards. What message have thee for them? For those in addiction. In active addiction from May to December 2025. My darlings, thank you. How gorgeous. Now, I'm going to read directly from the book for you so you can get the full vibe of what this card is and means from the author rather than my interpretation or spiel, because I feel like the book does this deck such good justice and there's so much wealth of information you can get from it. So why the fuck not? So you got the octopus. Practice shape-shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. To become adept at shape-shifting, it's necessary to remain flexible and resilient, and be willing to practice different identities by altering your way of dressing, your hairstyle, your demeanor, and your mannerisms. Particularly focus on your body's language and voice qualities. Experiment by first making small changes in any of these aspects and watch what happens. You can also become skilled in modifying your aura, the energy field around you, by intentionally contracting and expanding it. When you practice these things, sometimes even your friends won't recognize you. You might even get so good at camouflage that you become invisible to others. Everyone has numerous personas throughout which they operate, and you're no different. It's a matter of being conscious of these personas and modifying them through the art of shape-shifting. Just like actors do, study other people and notice their mannerisms, clothing styles, and how they walk and carry themselves. Observe animals and their behaviors and try to mimic them. Developing this ability can help you more readily adapt to various situations you encounter, thus enabling you to deal with them more efficiently. Let yourself be an actor in your everyday life and have fun with it. Just remember who you are at your core. And I feel like that is a really good message, actually, for those that need to adapt in a world where you've fought so hard to rescind from. It's hard to come back into society, into public, into leaving the house for anything other than your addictive purpose. I feel that. I understand that. But there is so much outside that door that you do not only not understand, but you are not enjoying. And it is a wealth of information, knowledge, and fun out there. Real fun. Yes, there is some fears. Yes, there are some predicaments you cannot foresee. But why deny yourself 1% of fear that 99% of joy could bring for you in your everyday life? It will help your mental health. It will help your physical health. It will help you immensely. It will make you grow inside and out. You could be so much more, even though you are so much now. You just got to see it and accept it. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining me, REDSKI, here on Righteous Readings, Raw, Righteous Rule. If you've not done so, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have more of you. Come and join me. I'm going to try and move forward with a monthly reading at least once a month and see how we go from there. It will not be every sign and all that, but I will just come back for now to do addiction and recovery, because it's something that I feel very passionate about. So stay tuned as well for the recovery spread that will be released in the next 24 to 48 hours once I make it. Thank you, everyone. Light and love to all. May you all grow, and may you find your place and love yourself like I love you. Bye. Take care.